All right, I'm going to go through the Foundups web page, and I don't really like the new logo it generated, but it's okay. Um, with that said, right, let's talk about the logo. The most things going to grab is the logo. Why do you have a pooping dog? Because we're outputting something. An idea is easy, but we're outputting it. The dog is actually the agent. This is OIF, the Open Innovation Framework. This is a peer-to-peer autonomous venture system. It's fully autonomous. There are no people in it. And be the next Bitcoin. That's your project. The reason why the logo is red is it represents the chili pepper. The red hot chili pepper is the Bitcoin, right? Between the legs. Maybe we should redesign it and have this as a Bitcoin in here. But the idea is that there's different levels of a found up, from a shit one, right? Literally, all the way up to the red hot chili pepper, right? A rotting one, I should say, to the red hot chili pepper. And it's really simple. You assign your agent to the platform, and the agent works. So it's the idea, the Foundups ecosystem to earn. It's that simple. Um, and there's really three steps. You share or join a project or an idea. Okay. OpenClaw agents and other similar ones do the work for you. So you are earning the a Bitcoin backed token by applying work. You're applying your compute. So whilst you're working, whilst you're doing whatever, right, you can apply OpenClaw. You'll be able to apply, just your model. We will have OpenClaw running in its own model that it will create spawn systems of it. So you won't even have to install OpenClaw on that. And everyone wins. You become, you know, um, part of the team of the startup. That's it. That's it. So here is a little description. Look at little guys working. Hey, get to work. Hey, get to work. Hey, what are you doing over there? Get to work. Okay. And these are all agents coming in, leaving, doing other things, right? You know, um, on it. Oh, there comes an investor. Look, there's an investor just brought some Bitcoin into the project, and it's working. In the cube, right? This cube here is your project, building it up, right? Oh, we got our first paying customer. Check that out. Look, we got our first. This is a simulation. Oh, they're all excited. Look, everyone's excited. F1, means a found up MVP, minimal viable product. Minimal viable product is a look, it's celebrating. It's going crazy. All right, there it starts. So you have your idea. Here you are with your idea. You add it to the platform. This is so simple. It's like the simplest thing. All right, that's F1. So it's found up proof of concept. Does it work? Hey, this is my idea. Hey, what are you doing? You need to get working. You need to promote more. Go promote more. Hey, be a promoter. Go get a promoter. Go find yourself some investors. You need to get over there. Start building. Now it's building, right? The designing is done. It's building out. This guy here is doing social media. Go do more social media. What are you doing? Look, see look, there it goes. That's people selling. You see that there? That's people selling their token, right? For ups, right? There it is. It's such a simple design, right? And here you can see this is simulated. This is all based on the math and everything else. There are just different kinds of participants. There's founder, there's builder, promoter, investor. That's it. We don't have any employees. There are no customers, nothing. You're a stakeholder, right? So you're participating, you are applying your energy. And imagine this is just, 22 agents on a 4x4. A project is probably much bigger, right? On it. I'm probably going to increase this so it's bigger in the screen. I want it much bigger on it. You should be able to zoom in, right? Really. Oh, there you go. Zoom in. Get these guys. You guys need to get to fucking work, dude. Get to work. So you can come here, play with you. And as you get excited, look, they got more promoters out there. You have more promoters, right? Look, more coming in, you know. I'm going to add the promoter track. You can see the WSP on it, right? WSP is the different thing. So but you can have fun with that, right, on there. All right, and there it starts again. So there's proof of concept, right? To this is actually part of the design, right? You build a simulation of the model. What does it mean? It means that this is math. We take something called the law of diffusion innovation. You know how an agent, unlike an employee, we know this sucker here isn't going to, quit you. It's going to do its job perfectly every time, the same, right? It's going to learn, it's going to get better, it's going to improve, right? As it's building your project on there. So now proof of benefit is this consensus, is proof of benefit. How is this system, working? Are you, you know, and the agents are, in this diagram needs to be improved, but basically proof of benefit instead of proof of work or proof of stake, which is money, right? It's benefit. Our current system is built on CAGR, compounded annual growth rate. Our system is built on CABR, which I need to spell this. It is collective autonomous benefit what rate, right? On there. The old model, success equals access to the right people, right? Closed capital networks. Success is validated. How does it validate? Do agents join it? Do people like it? Are agents sharing it, right? It's all autonomous. You don't have to pay for social media people share your stuff. Understand, Foundups this is most important if you're an investor. Foundups is near zero marginal cost. Right? We can run this at nearly zero marginal cost. There's no overheads or anything else. It's all run in the cloud. There's no corporation. It's corporation is code, right? There's no entity. There's no shareholders. It's simply people allocating their agents to do the work, right, on a Foundup, and these pieces, right, on that. So every Foundup has 21 million. This is why it's be the next Bitcoin, because some Foundups will become red hot chili peppers, and they'll have the same valuation. Because think of Bitcoin as just the share value, and everything is 80-20, 80%. So in our current model, and see, this is what breaks the startup. It breaks the investor. You name one system where the users, the customers, the builders get 80% of the value. And the thing is, this can even go down. This is dynamic. This is what we're starting. It's the 80-20, it's the golden rule. Shareholder to network. Network is the system running it, paying for the servers, paying for everything. It's BTC. This is very important. Every Foundup that launches, every project is a pinhole in BTC, Bitcoin. It drains it. What I mean by that is the Bitcoin that goes into the system never leaves the system. It's kind of like it's a system that creates its own stable coin. And here's the amazing thing: as Bitcoin is drained, what happens to the value of F1, right? What happens to the value of the 21 million tokens? And it's built on proof of benefit. Now you can go and check out the light paper, right? You can read through this here. UnDaoDu, Michael J. Trout, and actually I need to put my agents up here, who wrote this. This is just a draft, but it gives you talks about the different things that I just talked about, so you can read through this. There is supposed to be a simulator on here. Here's the, all right, you're here. We're not here. We're actually here. Innovations, early adopters, right? We're Yeah, you're here. I guess it's saying this is making that the AI is saying that we're here right now. Well, we're not here at all. We're here. I need to fix this. This needs to be, I should be able to move this. Okay. This should tie in to the, to it. I need to fix that here. This is also not real. Okay. This is it's all math. So this is set. There's no set numbers in this. I haven't gone through this really with a pen, but I can look at things and see things aren't real, right? Earn it, use it, or stake it. This is really important, actually. Let's talk about this. The ups token, found ups. Ups is not a currency you earn. It's a platform currency, right? And it is what everything is tied to. Really, the foundation is Bitcoin, and then ups, and then F1, right? FI, which means the various different tokens, right? So F is a found up, I is the which one is this the mathematical equation, right? So you earn, so your F1 gets changed into ups, and there's a cost when you change your F1. The system earns, the stakeholders earn 80% of that transaction fee goes back into the system. 20% goes into the structure. And then when you take your ups, if you don't use your ups demur or degrade, or think of it like your ups, they evaporate. So let's say, oh, I'm going to run a bunch of bots, right? And earn a bunch. I'm going to game this all out. I'm going to run a bunch of bots and game it all out, right? So number one, okay, so you're gaming it out. I got all these little bots I'm going to run. Great for us. And then with ups, you're going to try to drain it out of the system. When you try to drain it out of the system, okay, you get hit with a massive demur, right? When you try to take it out of the system. Now, if you instead, what you do is you take your ups and you use it, you stake it into F1s, right? So you get this, you get it, they come to here, right? And then you're going to lose some. You're going to have the same amount because the moving it out, right? We rather you keep the tokens in there. You stake it, right? It actually freezes it. It allows it to stop working, right? It basically is staking. It holds it. Um, and decays over time. And the decay system, this again is going to be determined by the math. What this decay system is, I don't know what it is. It's dynamic. It changes depending on the size, depending on what people are doing, depending on on it. Um, and so this is what this basically means is you can't hoard. What people have been doing with Bitcoin is hoarding Bitcoin. But the number of ups, found ups, is based on the number of Bitcoin is in the system. So when you contribute, if you're interested in becoming an investor in found ups, and what you're doing is you're staking your Bitcoin, right, in in a wallet, in a multi-sig wallet that you have control, and I have, right? So in order for me to say I want to pull some funds out of this wallet, it's multi-sig, it's protected, and this comes in. As we pay back your interest, as you get money paid out, you lose that Bitcoin. Does that make sense? So as you get paid back your investment, so or your stake, right? So let's say you want a 10 times return. We have an option that will provide a minimum is 10 times return over 3 years. So if we can provide you 10 times the amount of Bitcoin staked in 3 years, you'd lose that Bitcoin goes into the system, right? Um, if it takes longer, then we have times 100 return over 10 years. So times 10 over 3 years times 100 return over 10 years. Again, this is math. I'm just giving you it's a scale. It's all math. It's all automated. It isn't hard coded in there. But that's the contract that ultimately you'll be able to apply. So there'll be a contract you'll be able to put in, and then it's going to cut off the amount on it. Um, earn F1, right? Here you go. All right. This again is dynamic. It hard coded some figures in here. It's dynamic. Earn, staked. I don't even have withdrawal. Withdrawal should be in here, right? This is the massive one. I don't have everything in here, just so you know. All right. Some things are secret sauce stuff, but I'm giving you the flavor. Don't take everything in here by word, because I'm looking at things here and I'm saying, no, that's not quite right. And this is the bottom line. Bitcoin is held by the 1% that actively distributes it. Think of every found up as a pin or hole in a bucket. And ultimately, all right, as more and more found ups launch, so imagine 10 million found ups happen, right? That's 10 million little holes. That's a lot of Bitcoin draining out of, and it's immutable, right? This system is open source. People will take my system, fork it, do their own, whatever they want with it. Um, everything is open source. The startup is dead, people. The startup is dead. Long live the found up. The startup gets eaten by OIF. That's the red dog, right? On it. So liquid, ice, vapor. Those are the three stages of up. Ups is really important, right? Ups is no one has ever been able to crack this. I've always had this idea, by the way, since 2010. The ups token always worked like this, and every iteration of me trying to launch, get people to code found ups. But now I can just code it out, right? And I have the agents to do it. I have the intelligence to do it. Um, um, and I don't know if this is right or not. A lot of this, again, everything is math. Everything is driven by it. So there you go. This is the 80-20 reward. I'll go through this here. So as a stakeholder, you're participating as either an a DAO, or a do. What are you? Are you a zero? This is a zero. Are you a zero contributor? Are you a one contributor? Or are you a two? And you'll notice here as a two, right? Oh, this is actually not right. I'm just looking at this diagram, realize it's got the stakeholders. Okay, it is right. Right. Stakeholders, three kinds of stakeholders. I see what it did, right? And within the stakeholders, there's three class of people, right? There's the unpool, which is actually the actual um users of the site, right? So if you have a bot that's working, um it is an yeah, this is right. It's the I like my other drawing better than how it did it. So yeah. All right. It's been a while, right, since I did this. I apologize for I'm thinking here. So yes, so the uns are the stakeholders using the product, the service, actually using the thing. They are what we normally call the customers. We're nothing. You undo us. Without you, we're nothing. So you're the most important, right? 60% goes to the people who ultimately come in, the customers, the pool. Now, these pools stack. So as think of DAO, this is a bonus on top of this pool. So as an agent working, you're also sharing in the 16 percent pool. So I want you to think of, I want to create an animation right here. I'm going to create a little animation. We'll fix this here. There'll be an animation where it drips down, and you see like it building up, and that's the pool, right? And this is kind of how Bitcoin works. This is kind of a dyslexic's description of Bitcoin. And then people come in and they mine, they do they hash it, they get whatever, they do the math, and they take out a bucket of Bitcoin, right? That's how it works. So this works the same way. Um, and then the dues are actually the founders, the investors, right? So for example, an investor who doesn't come in and do anything with the site would earn 4% Now, the thing is that at this level, right, this 4% is whether they're there or not. This 60% is active participation. This is really crucial here. And this 16% is if the bot's working, if it's building, right? If the building or, or partners or, promoting or whatever, they're sharing in the 16%. If your bot isn't running, it's not sharing. If you're not participating, right? So initially, this is the only pool that's what's happening, right? Um, on top of this customer showing up activity, user community, checking in, sharing, posting. If this is so, think of this is a good way to think about it. Think of uns as 012s, human. They share in the 60%. If you're bot, you can share in the 16%, right, of the tokens. And ultimately, if you are 012 founder, right? This is not available for this is human, this is human, this is agent, right? On that, you share in this. And this is always on everything. This is if you're working, this is if you're engaging, right? Of that. So there are three scales within this. You're either an a DAO, or a do in the 60%. You're either an or a DAO, a do in the 16%. You're either an or a DAO, a do. It's really important. Let's say in this, for example, this works out as 3% as a do in here. 80% of this is like 3 point something percent. That's the payback. So investors are actually getting paid back in this field right here. That right, and so and once they get paid back, they move down, right? So the ones that need a bit, so it's all math. Okay, I can't stress this is all math. There is no arbitrary. There's no I like you, I'm gonna pay you $1 trillion Elon Musk bullshit, dude. There is no billionaires in this. All right, everyone benefits. This system here that I've invented is what's known as not now known as um I forgot what it's a system I've had for 10 years. And then the network, I'll talk about that later since the video is kind of long. But tell me what you think in the comments, right, on it. And there's you can read through this. If you have your questions, you can set up a 30-minute call with me if you've made it this far on LinkedIn. Just search for UnDaoDu. You'll see me. All right. 30 minutes call. Thanks. UnDaoDu.